What's going on, everybody? My name is Alex, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing all of the leaked information that has come out from the Gaming Revolution, DK Dynamite, and another YouTuber named Matters. The last few days, they have put out a few videos, and it's a lot of information, and I thought it would be nice to have it all in one place, as well as all in one document. So in the description down below, there's going to be a document with all of this information written down for you, and you won't have to go anywhere else to discover it. It's all going to be right here for you. So just give it a download, give it a read yourself, or listen to this video, whatever is best for you. Now, it looks like that TGR and DK Dynamite, as well as Matters, are all getting their information from a source named Nonikos, who he has been the guy who has been leaking the gameplay images of the tutorial, the Die Machine map, and they also probably have their own sources as well. I'm not exactly sure. I can't confirm that, but I would assume so, since TGR and DK Dynamite have been leaking things for a while. So we're just going to jump right into it. Go ahead and download the document if you need, or just listen, whatever you want to do. There's a lot of information, so I wanted to write it down and kind of have it all in one place for you. So let's just start right away. So the first section we're going to talk about is the maps, and this is going to be a little bit confusing. So I split it into individual sources, and then after this, everything else is all going to be merged together. So I won't be defining who said what, but this is the first section. This is the Gaming Revolution. He says there's going to be 3 maps at launch. The first map is a knocked remake. It's called ZM Silver. It's the Die Machine map. This is from the teaser trailer, and Noctur Untoten has been extended for nuclear testing. So it's going to be a remake remaster. It's going to take place outside, and this will be the main map and focus of the storyline. The second map will be a regular remaster, a faithful remaster of Noctur Untoten. The third map will be called Firebase Z, aka ZM Pink, aka Vietnam, and this is a bonus or unlockable map that takes place in the jungle set on Vietnam Islands. There is also going to be DLC maps of Berlin that is also known as Kino der Toten, aka ZM Platinum. This is going to be a remake remaster, and it's going to come out during the season 4 of Black Ops Cold War, and it's supposedly a expanded version of Kino der Toten, similar to how Die Machine, aka this knocked remake, the one we've seen in the teaser trailer, is. There's also going to be a Giant or Derice remake remaster, so an expanded Derice facility, and Transit is not in the game currently. However, sources imply that Transit is going to be in the game, but not on launch. Dead Ops Arcade 3 will be there on launch and has connections to Warzone. Now, this next set of information regarding maps is coming from DK Dynamite. He has rumors of all these various maps. Die Machine, Noctur Untoten, which is a separate survival map, ZM Pink, Vietnam, which will be the celebrity map, ZM Platinum, which is Kino der Toten, remake remaster, same with Derice, a remake and a remaster, as well as Transit will not be there on launch, and then faithful remasters of Mob of the Dead, Call of the Dead, Nuketown, and 5, as well as Dead Ops Arcade 3 will be there on launch and has a connection to Warzone. So you can see that there are some similarities there, as well as some differences. The only thing that's different really is we don't know which order of the maps is going to be released to the public. Now we are on to Matters information about the maps. He states that there is no Zombies Chronicles 2. There will be 2 maps at launch, Die Machine and the Vietnam map, and there are 4 to 5 maps being worked on currently. We do not know if this is the launch maps, the total number of maps for the whole year, launch or DLC maps, or just simply DLC maps. Now, each of these sources has their own opinions about the maps in the DLC. I didn't specify because it's not technically source material, but stuff that they have all said. I did not say this. We do not know if the maps will be remakes similar to Blood of the Dead, Classified, or Alpha Omega. We do not know how the DLC season is going to be dispersed. We do not know if the potential remakes and remasters will be old or new storyline. Hopefully the in-game monetization scheme is fair for players so that we are willing to buy things, but at the same time are not being gouged. This will allow Treyarch and Activision to see a financial incentive to keep creating zombies, as there there is no legal reason for them to continue if the series does not bring in revenue. Zombies Chronicles 2 information is relatively old, but has been surfacing again. Hopefully Treyarch does not fully commit to this path, as it would be a slap in the face of the community who did not enjoy this methodology in BO4. However, this would make sense since in Modern Warfare 2019, there was tons of remakes in their free DLC model. And this is actually my opinion. Zombies Chronicles is and was the cherry on top and does not need to be a priority. Hopefully we can move forward and have new maps, and any remakes and remasters would just be supplemental and would just be a great and added bonus, but wouldn't take away from the foundation of the game. Okay, now we are on to the rest of the content that supposedly is in the game. And this is everybody's information. This is, stuff that's probably been leaked from Tom Henderson, stuff that's been leaked from TGR and DKD's sources privately. This is from Matters. This is from Nonikos. This is from everybody. And I put it all into singular bullet points. So for the story, it takes place after Tag Your Totem, the final map of BO4. The universe was reset by sending everything into the dark ether. And in BOCW, humans tinkered with things they shouldn't have. Now a rift has opened up, exposing the dark ether. Things are spilling through to the BOCW clean reality. And it's a pretty simple plot. It's actually the same plot as Stranger Things. So if you've seen Stranger Things, it's a similar plot. A rift opens up, magical shit comes through. That's basically it. Multiple countries are involved in conducting these experiments: Russians, Germans, Americans, and the old storyline with Primus and Nikolai, it's concluded. Primus and Nikolai, you know what I mean. Characters that we get to play as are Adler, Baker, Weaver, and Weaver will be the leader, similar to Rideau in World War II Zombies, that kind of led our crew through their objectives over the course of the DLC season. Steiner is involved, and Ultimus Victus and Primus are not playable as their story is finished. I'm sure there will be Easter eggs and references in some way, shape, or form. Boss enemies in the regular zombies mode are Pyro Panzer, that has a jetpack, a hazmat zombie, a Russian mech or a Russian mangler, a mimic, Nova Hellhound, Summoner, Brutus, which has been found in the code on Die Machine, which they say is not really part of the map, but it has some other purpose, not as an enemy, but just is in the game in some way, shape, or form. Potentially the Avogadro. Someone found a dark ether jellyfish. For the Dead Ops Arcade 3 boss enemies, there's the Cosmic Silverback and his mother, Hazmat Suit Zombies, Brutus, Nova Crawlers, Blight Fathers, Avogadros potentially, Jagged Dagger Arm Boss similar to the 9 enemies, Fire-esque Napalm Boss Zombies that are similar looking to Shangri-La. Now on to the perks. The design is similar to World War II Zombies aesthetic, but they are now cans instead of bottles, or electricity or candy from other iterations of Call of Duty Zombies, as well as scents from BO4. The perks that we are guaranteed to see are Stamina Up, Deadshot Daiquiri, Elemental Pop, which is our new perk, which for some reason to me sounds like Electric Cherry, which we will get into in a second. Quick Revive, Juggernaut, and Speed Cola. Now, according to TGR, Electric Cherry is in the game, but is also not in the game. That's why I feel like it's Elemental Pop. And if these are cans, it makes sense that it's a pop. Widow's Wine is not in the game. Double Tap is similar to the Black Ops 4 system, where you pack a punch multiple times. I believe the number of times you pack a punch to receive a fully upgraded weapon is 3. Perks have a 4-level upgrade, meaning that the perks will be able to be modified or upgraded in some way, shape, or form. So maybe Jug will give you 6 hits of health instead of 4 or 5 or whatever the max was before, or there will be other abilities correlated with these perks as they are now their 2.0 versions. And according to Matters, Jug is different, and I'm thinking this is what he is referring to, this 4-tier system, and the person who gave him the information didn't reference this to be similar with the other perks. Self-Revive is also referenced in the game. Consumables reference to elixirs in the code. Elixirs are present in the game now, but Gobblegums were in Black Ops 4 at one point, so this can be changed. Elixirs were also canon to the Chaos story, so I don't think they will be in there. It would not really make sense, but you never know. Now we are on to specialist weapons, and the names of the weapons that have been found in the code or have been leaked to people so far are called Healing Aura, Frost Blast, Aether Shroud, and Energy Mine. And the opinions of the YouTubers are as follows. TGR believes that these appear to resemble abilities as opposed to specialist weapons. And DK Dynamite thinks that they are more in line with BO3 specialist and not going to be overpowered like they were in Black Ops 4. And I think everybody kind of agrees that we didn't like the Black Ops 4 mechanics regarding specialists, and hopefully we do not have a loadout feature or just the overpowered feature in general. The mystery box has a bunny rabbit now instead of a teddy bear at the end of its cycle before it moves, which is interesting. And also the weapons inside the box have a ranking system or a tier system. Not exactly sure what that means, and none of the people who leaked this information knew what it meant either. It could be similar to a battle royale system where these weapons have different attachments inside the box, or perhaps it's about their rarity inside of the box, like purple weapons are harder to get as opposed to blue weapons or something like that. On to Pack-a-Punch. Now, the Pack-a-Punch machine is a buildable or a craftable and will also have a side quest in order to achieve, which is pretty interesting. There are double Pack-a-Punch abilities or ultimate ammo types, and there is going to be a new one called Plasmatic Burst. On to weapons and buildables. The ray gun will return, and there is apparently going to be a new ray gun assault rifle, which I thought Ray Gun Mark II was an assault rifle due to its size, but maybe that was more of a submachine gun kind of ray gun. Either way, it looks like we're going to be seeing a new variation of a ray gun called the Ray Rifle. There will be a jetpack in the game that is a buildable. Shields are coming back. An Aether Scope, which I will get back to in a second, and melee weapons are returning. Now the Aether Scope is interesting because this apparently displays narrative information that when held up, you get cutscenes to fly in your face, or maybe there'll be text on the screen, or kind of, I'm imagining it like the shield from Blood of the Dead, where you could essentially see things that weren't there, but this would be for a narrative purpose, not an Easter egg purpose. And when I first heard this, I thought maybe this was the same as the Aether Shroud Specialist, because a shroud is essentially a veil that covers and hides things and reveals things. So I thought they may be the same, but it sounds like they are not, because this Aether Scope is definitely a buildable, not a specialist. Now we are on to the final section, menus and modes. Zombies apparently can be won or lost now, and there is a reference to different loot for completing objectives. There is also separate modes in the game: survival, high rounds, or quest mode. These are just some examples. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what they are. There's apparently multiple endings for Die Machine's Easter egg, which was inspired by World War II. We don't know exactly what that means, but there's just different ways to complete the map. Factions are not in the game. We never are going to get factions, so we can just let that thing die. And there's apparently a training mode or an introductory mode, which is going to be similar to Black Ops 4. And it's believed that the minimap is a placeholder. And a viewer actually left a comment on one of my previous videos saying that the minimap could be utilized for easy mode, which I thought was a very interesting and fair point. The last and final bit of information is the new menu music will be a new version of Damned, the Zombies piano riff. So the reason I put in some of these YouTubers' opinions in this article and in this video is sometimes they hint and leak information in their opinions without directly telling us, because they can't directly tell us, but they'll say, oh, I think maybe that Tank Dempsey will have a blue hat, because that would be cool. But you know, there's no reason that they would say that, or it kind of seems like it doesn't make sense. Well, sometimes they're leaking that stuff. They're implying things. So I highlighted what I thought was important opinion information that these YouTubers said. Either way, that's going to do it for this video. I hope that this was informative. I tried to condense 3 videos that were all about an hour long when you put them together into about a 10-15 minute video. I hope this was informative. If it was, please give this video a like, a follow. I worked on this for a long time today. Not that I deserve your praise for doing what I want my job to be, but you know, just share this video so people can get the information, and you know, keep that document for yourself. You can utilize it for whatever you want. All right, guys, thank you so much for participating, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.